back, everybody. We're now back with Becky and Matt with StarKids Film Club. And Becky, I'll start with you. What age range are you looking to target?
Right now we're targeting elementary and middle school. I found that that's kind of my favorite age when it comes to just kind of getting into their imaginations, because they're not tainted yet from the world. Mm-hmm. No one's told them, hopefully, you're a horrible actor, get out of here, you're too fat, you're too wrinkly, you're too whatever. And they don't care. And they just have this spirit that somehow changes as we get older. And I just love that age. My boys are that age, so they're just flying around on spider webs in my house, and we're constantly thinking out new characters and new storylines. And sometimes if they don't want to do something I want them to do, we incorporate a story and make it into something that's a script, and so then they get it done. So I found that that's just a good age for us, because we're kind of new at this too, as far as being the teachers, and we want to make sure that we're doing everything right before we work into other age categories. So sounds awesome.
No, that's great. Yeah. So also wanted to ask, this is Arizona, and we all know that working in the entertainment industry could just be for the love of the craft, and we have to support ourselves in some traditional jobs. Matt, what is it you do so you have time to have StarKids Film Club run smoothly?
I'm a construction foreman, so most of acting or anything else I do is the hobby for me. It's the fun part to go. But being a construction foreman, everything changes all the time. You're not doing one thing 1 minute, then all of a sudden something else. So being able to be around the kids and understand that they can't grasp everything all at the same time, you got to break it down. And it's a lot like work, you know. Everything you do is all related and somehow, where it's just, man, here we go.
Adults were kids at one time, right? And
yes.
I'm sure the ones that you work with might have children, so they might be interested in StarKids Film Club as well.
Yes, actually, I've had lots of people interested in it. They see the stickers on our vehicles and such. I'm like, ooh, what are you doing? And I tell them about it, and they're like, oh, how can we be involved? And you let them know that, you know, go to our website and such, and well, that's where you can find out about us. But we have lots of things that we're looking to do for this next year.
How wonderful. 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
New decade.
Yes.
So Becky, in the history of the industry, what role do you play? Have you done acting, film producing?
I've done a lot of different things. When I was a kid, I actually put my neighborhood to work. I told my principal at school, I said, you know, December 14th, just so you know, we're going to be having a play at lunchtime. And so she was all excited about it. And then I went around my neighborhood and just started casting people against their free will. Gave them a script. I said, I'll see you at rehearsal on Tuesday, and here's the costume on page 12. You need to order it. I was a little bossy when I was younger. Maybe I still am, I'm not sure.
You still need that, right?
Yes. So I started out at a young age, you know, on stage. I was dancing since age 3 in every genre, ballet, jazz, hip hop. And so those are things I would incorporate as well. But then I moved to California after college. I was planning on doing costuming for Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And of course, life is what happens when you're making plans. And I ended up in Arizona after 5 years. While I was in California, I actually did get to be on How I Met Your Mother, and I was in an Adam Sandler movie. Just being able to help each other's kids get prepared to get back to Hollywood if they want to, or stay here. You know, the internet's changed things so much for all music and film.
Absolutely.
And I think that there's so much that can be done just here in Arizona, and I think the sky's the limit.
Oh yeah, and you're taking it somewhere at a young age, so I think that's great.
And you, Matt?
I've done some acting, directing, writing. There's not much I haven't done, and that's the fun part. Like I said, it's a lot of hobbies for me, and I've made money doing some of it too. So I like to see it and transpire and inspire other people as well. So watching it, you know, blossom in these kids' mind, and like, hey, look, this is something you can actually do. You didn't know this was a job, did you? And I was like, I never knew it. So I think it's exciting. And, you know, to say you don't have to be in front of the camera. You can do all kinds of things.
Well, no, I think what's really neat, too, is that part of this journey has been having my own kids and me not wanting to really be on camera anymore. It's, you know, you look through your mom phone and where's mom behind the camera? And my kids were complaining one day, you know, we want more money and we want more candy and we want more toys. So I came home from the store with 2 things for each of them, and I had them behind my back, and I said, you know, what do you think it is? I think it's a toy. No. I think it's candy. No. So I pulled out a pencil and a pencil sharpener. And I said, this is what Walt Disney started with.
Oh, wow.
And I said, go get a piece of paper. And we sat down and we storyboarded an entire children's book.
Oh my goodness.
And it was like so much fun, and it was free. And I said, now Walt Disney has a kingdom. Actually, he has more than one. He has one in California, one in Europe. So their eyes just went like, I said, Bambi wasn't a thing until Walt Disney had a piece of paper and a pencil.
Right.
And so that happened, I think, 2.5, 3 years ago, and it's just kind of been a snowball in creation.
That's great. You're sowing the seeds of greatness in your kids at a young age, and you're helping the community birth what other moms are curious about. And I think it's great as a parent myself with kids to introduce this opportunity for StarKids Film Club to Arizona. It's awesome.
Thank you.
What is StarKids Film Club, and what led you to create it?
That's actually kind of an interesting journey of an answer. Matt and I actually met years and years ago. I was looking to do a comedy series, just like a little web series, and I honestly didn't have a clue as far as production went, what I was doing. I just knew that I had an idea, and I wanted to just get together some other people and kind of see what happened. So I ended up meeting Matt. He's been a dear friend of mine for a long time, and now more than that. But we just clicked. When we first met, he would text me from work and say, well, I have an idea for a character, and I'm going to run over to Goodwill after work and look for some costume for this character. And we've always just had that dynamic between us.
Sweet.
So then a few years ago, he had bought me a really nice camera, and my son was playing with it. And I was trying to talk to Matt because I hadn't seen him all day. And so then my son's interrupting us, and I was getting frustrated with him. And I was like, just put the camera down before you break it, kind of thing, And so then Matt said, well, hold on, you have an intern standing right in front of you. And so he said, let's show him how to press record and how to zoom in and how to do all these little basic things. And at the time, I think my son was maybe 6. And so I was a little nervous, but he said, just don't worry. If he drops it, we'll fix it. Not a big deal. So that was kind of the beginning of that idea. And so when I started thinking less along the lines of an intern and more along the lines of, what if my son is the next Walt Disney,
Right.
And so then we started kind of letting them play more and more with that kind of stuff. And he wanted a YouTube channel. So then he had posted a 13-minute video of himself holding his iPad under his chin and just talking about himself.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't know about that. And he uploaded it, and maybe a couple days went by and he got really upset, and I was like, why are you so upset? And he said, well, no one's watching my video. I have 8 views and they're all me viewing my own video. So I said, well, son, I said, let's sit down and take a look at what we're doing. And so it's just the chin. So first the angle. We're going to talk about angles. And so that kind of led to, all of a sudden now we have curriculum for StarKids. I'm like, okay, we're going to spend 15 or 20 minutes on angles and what does over the shoulder mean? And how does that make it more so that the audience feels like they're there?
Right.
And just kind of basic stuff like that, where these are easy things for kids to understand. It's not like crazy buttons and stuff. So we just kind of started there and kind of developed it from that. So we're going to be looking at maybe 15 minutes talking about character development.
Okay.
Then we're going to break up into groups, then work on your own character. Then come back, work on 15 or 20 minutes of script development and camera technique and editing and marketing and kind of everything that goes into making a film.
Excellent. Okay, you know what? We have to get going, but after the first half of this segment, we're gonna take a break here. But we did hear that you have the kids coming, right?
Yes.
So after a quick break, we will be back with StarKids Film Club, and we'll find ways that you can become involved.